AI constructs, artificial intelligence, humanoids. This anime, Vivy, um, what can I say? It has a lot of potential. It could be it could turn out to be a really good anime, like really good, like great, or it can turn out to be trash, which, you know, I'll be more than willing to put a video up later on if it does end up being trash and then just straight up, crapping on the series. But so far, I really I mean, just the vocals, the voice acting is what really gets me. Obviously the animation is top tier, but the voice acting is what really is just. I mean, it's carrying the series literally, as it's about Vivy, and so let me just give you a little bit of a in-depth dive into kind of what the series is about. And then later on, you'll decide if it's going to be for you or maybe not. Now, most people have pretty much heard of this series. It's fairly popular. It has high ratings. So you have it to where, you have this AI construct named Vivy who woke up in this capsule, and what we saw in the beginning of the first episode was a vision of the future. And it was basically saying that AI constructs are going to take over the world, which, I mean, I believe that personally. Like, don't you? In like 50 years, don't you believe that AI constructs are just going to take over and then there's going to be no more human jobs left? They're just going to be able to do everything for us? I've always thought that as like a theory or some sort of a futuristic type prediction, but no. But this series, it literally operates around time travel. Well, we just saw a tragedy right at the beginning and what could happen, and so now Vivy, this humanoid construct, is being guided by this other humanoid teddy bear, I'll say, humanoid TB. And, this is about preventing tragedy from actually happening in the future. And so they're doing little things like, maybe preventing an event for that happened in the past from happening to change the timeline and the pattern of the future, so that way they can avoid that tragedy and the just really, I mean, just straight up blood and massacre, heads rolling and everything. So to avoid all that, they're just doing what they can. Especially Vivy is, doing what she can to basically just prevent that. And this is where I think the story, because the first episode, we were just trying to figure out, like, what's going on, what's happening, all that. But then it started to come into form, I believe, these last few episodes. And it's 13 episodes, so, it's going to go fairly quickly. We have about 9 episodes left, so at this point, we should know kind of what it's trying to do, because I always use the 3-episode rule. I don't know if you do it or not, but I always use the 3-episode rule. I say, you know what? Give me 3 episodes and let me see if it's going to be anything, amazing. If there's something grabs me. And the animation, I mean, should immediately grab you as soon as you start watching it. I mean, just the visuals and the vocals are what makes this anime. You can tell that, and by the way, it's made by Wit Studio, the same studio that made Attack on Titan. So you know that this anime was going to be, the animation was going to be like beautiful. And I remember reading it in the preview, and I was just looking at it. I'm like, this has so much potential. Like, it could be trash, but it could actually be also pretty good. Like really good. The kind of anime that you'll remember. Because I mean, with seasonal anime, you're gonna always have some animes that, it'll pass you by. You watched it, guilty pleasures, all that. But at the same time, it was like, I'm gonna actually remember the anime. Like Re:Zero, for instance. I love Re:Zero. I'm gonna remember that anime for a long time because of what I've seen and the second season especially. Um, I mean, obviously, if you haven't watched it, I'm not going to spoil or anything, but I mean, if you haven't watched ReZero, what are you doing? Like, just stop what you're doing right now and go watch it because it's that good. Like, I would literally go back and rewatch it if I could, but obviously, I'm doing other things and watching other anime. But uh, it's just Vivy just has that potential to be that kind of anime. Where it's like a top anime. People talk about it, people like rate it high and all that. Um, but you also have to see where it could go downhill. Like for instance, if they do a time skip or they do some sort of a I don't know, ass pull, so like for instance, they pull something out of thin air, right? Like maybe Vivy was about to be defeated, right? She's about to be executed. I'm not going to say killed because she's not human, but she's about to be executed, right? And something happens and suddenly she somehow is able to survive, say, a fatal attack or something like that. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of animes do that anyway. They're gonna do fatal attacks and but then somehow the main character has this plot armor that they never pretty much die. So as long as they don't go down that route, it won't turn into trash, or they don't rush it, because that's also another possibility. So this anime is an original. So there's no source for it. There's no light novel. There's no manga. There's no web. There's nothing. So we don't even know what's going to happen. Nobody does, because when it's an original, only the people who created it know what's going to happen. So that's what I like about original anime. It's just you don't know what you're getting. It's just like Violet Evergarden. If you guys ever watched it. I mean, perfect example. It was an original anime, and it was just amazing, visual, stunning. It was like I was watching a movie every single episode. It was just unbelievable. Because I thought, it was KyoAni too, the KyoAni studio. They come out with stuff. When they come out with stuff, it's like really good animation, and that's what Vivy reminds me of. Even though it's not made by KyoAni, it reminds me of animation kind of like that. Sometimes A1 Pictures does good stuff too, but they kind of do a lot. A1, so but anyway, with Vivy, the animation is obviously top tier. The voice acting is top tier, and so far the plot is so to be honest, because to me, I mean, it's kind of like cliche to be honest. There's nothing about the plot that strikes out to me and says, "Wow, I've never seen that before." But I mean, the plot is okay. It's not anything amazing. At least for right now. I mean, maybe something else happens in the future, near future, that changes my thought on that. But right now, I'd just say it's so. But everything else is just, it's beautiful. I mean, I would say 10 out of 10. I mean, it's definitely worth the watch if you got nothing else to do on Saturdays. I also heard that the author who made this series is the same one who did ReZero. So of course I'm going to probably gravitate to this series, knowing that the series that I love so much is made by the same person who's doing this series as well. So that, and it's also Wit Studio who's doing it, who's producing it. So I mean, that combination alone should bring out something good. At least you would think. So it looks like it's going in a good direction though. So we'll see. But I want to know, in the comment section, if you guys, are watching this far into the video, what do you guys think about this anime so far? Is it good? Is it bad? Does it suck? Is it great? Is it the best anime of all time? I want to know. I would like feedback just to kind of get an idea for what you guys are thinking. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue to review this anime. I'm going to continue to just really dive into any developments that may happen along the way. Like something I wasn't expecting, like if some kind of twist is thrown in there, I definitely want to check it out and just kind of go over that and review it. And so yeah, I mean, hopefully, you guys enjoy this video, and obviously I'm going to keep coming with these videos. I think this is like my, what, fourth or fifth one today. So I'm going to keep coming with the videos. I got a few other animes I would like to talk about as well. So we'll definitely get to that. But in the meantime, this has been Anime Rev 578. I have the JAY at the end just to signify my short name for Jameer. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give me a like, give me a subscription, tell your friends, tell anybody you know. Hey, watch Anime Rev 578. Check his thing out. He's a new reviewer, new starter on YouTube. Just check him out, see if you like him or not, and then just, you know, give him a thumbs up. So as long as that happens, I'll be okay. So yeah, if you have any questions or reactions to this and what I'm saying, and maybe I missed something, you know, that's something that I can always miss, you know, because when you review something, you sometimes you focus so much on the details that you forget about the things that's right in front of you. So that's like the quote of the day right there. All right, well, I'll see you in the next video, and yeah, stay tuned.